Hi, Eddie Mitchell here again for another Magic of South Carolina. And I hope you've enjoyed the first couple. And we're going into number three now. And things are developing here. And I'll talk about those as I go along. But all I want to do, to be honest with you, with everything, is to get information to people that's going to help us. And whatever that happens to be, then I'm pleased to do it. We've had a number of people uh, listening to the site, and I welcome any comments, and I'll be pleased to get back to you if you would like. Okay, well, let's move on because I want to talk about the book side of things. What we've decided to do, and it's going to take a little while, but publish these books ourselves. Um, and it, as I say, it'll take a while to do it, but then we'll be able to get them out to you and market them, and you can buy the books, whichever ones you want, online, and we all have a good time. So there's a whole host of books coming out. Rivers and Islands, which is absolutely fascinating. I've got one coming. It's not quite ready yet. On the Olympics since '48. I remember that Olympic Games very well. I listened to it on the radio in Thicket Road, and it was terrific. Fanny Blankers Kerr, I remember her. Um, so that's one of the things that you can look forward to. We'll get information out to you as soon as we can, and just be a little patient. We've already got two books out through Amazon. Um, Around the globe in 42 years, 82 years, I'm doing myself down, 82 years, and the Pirates one, which I love, talking about the Pirates. It's terrific. I really enjoy that, uh, of South Carolina. So if you are interested in either of those, my biography and the Pirates, then go to Amazon and choose the book, and they'll get it sent to you. Um, and none of the stuff I'm doing is expensive. 10 or 12 bucks. We're talking about these other books are going to be fascinating for you. There's cycle racing. There's all sorts of different things, and all centered mainly around South Carolina. Um, I just love this state. I know a lot of people question South Carolina, and sorry, yeah, so many people look at South Carolina as a non-entity state. It is not. It has a lot to offer, uh, from rivers and streams and forests and um, houses and ghost stories and just so much stuff is available here. And we're going to look at a lot of these things over the upcoming weeks and hope that you get out and see some of them. Go to Middleton Place, where the horse riding is. It's a fabulous facility, and you can ride there and enjoy the horses. I love horses. Um, I can't get enough of these animals, and they're just so elegant. So get yourself out to Middleton Place. It'll do your heart good, I tell you. That's just one of hundreds of places in South Carolina that are worth visiting. I mentioned this one before, Rock Hill Cycle Track. For those cyclists who haven't been there, go to Rock Hill. The track there is great. I used to train there myself, rode it many, many times, and it's somewhere that you can have a lot of fun and test your fitness out and see how you're doing. So I think that South Carolina has so much to offer. It has all sorts of sports teams, obviously, all the college teams, which are terrific. It has the Stingrays, the hockey team, that is. We'll talk about them as well. The soccer with the Battery. I've played against them quite a few times. Um, we have all sorts of sports from pickleball to yachting to you name it, it's here. And I'm a great proponent of sport, as people know already. And I just want people to realize what it has here in South Carolina and what it can do for you if you get out and enjoy it. Um, you know, I'm nearly 84, and it's not so easy for me to get around. I have to, I'm just waiting for a new wheelchair, um, and it's not easy to get around, but I try to. And I try to get out if I can and enjoy myself and meet people and do some things. It's so important that you do that with your life, especially you young people. Don't throw your lives away. Don't just, I don't care attitude. I heard a story the other day. A friend of mine told me about her daughter, and she wouldn't go to school because her hair wasn't done. I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. I've never heard anything like it. She made her go to school and put her straight, but it's incredible that this goes on. Why don't you, as young, old, middle class people, get out and do something for someone? Help people. That's what this program is about. That you get out and you help. Maybe help a veteran, some little old lady needs help with her shopping. Whatever it is, if you can do something to help people, that's such a plus. It really is. And as people have heard me say before, I don't care what religion you are, where you're from, what color you are. It makes no difference to me. We're all on this earth under one God, and we need to remember that. We should help each other as much as we can. And it's not easy. You know, my my partner today has been on the phone, as she is most days, constantly with healthcare, trying to get medications, trying to set up appointments. I mean, the poor lady is inundated with stuff, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand why it takes so long to do things these days. Whether it's South Carolina, I don't know. Maybe if I was in New York, it would be different. I don't know. But I don't want to be in New York. There's anything wrong with New York. I don't want to be anywhere else than South Carolina. It's a fantastic place and that offers so much to people, from sport to art to history. The history here in South Carolina is tremendous, particularly with the slavery. Slavery wasn't too long ago, and it's amazing the stories I've heard and that are told about the slaves and how they survived. A lot of them. I'm watching a series on TV at the moment, and it is based in the 17th century, I think, um, and it compromises between 20th century or 21st century and the 17th. And it's really fascinating how medically they didn't have things like penicillin. They didn't have people who knew how to conduct surgeries as they do these days. It's amazing. And I want to learn more about it. I really do. How people have come through the years and have learned so much. And nowadays, we're even more advanced. Not that I think that's particularly good because it's way over my head. Um, with IA, um, you know, I can assure you this is real. My broadcast is real, and there's no AI or IA, get it right, um, in it. But nowadays, you can't tell. They set up these programs, and you think you're listening to someone, and they're not. It's not them. It's amazing, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to take a short break, and when I come down back, we'll talk about a lot of other things. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. Eddie Mitchell here, and it's the magic of South Carolina. And we're talking about all sorts of things. Um, I haven't mentioned the Special Ones Club today. Um, those of you who've been watching regularly will know that the Special Ones Club is aimed at uh, people who are less fortunate. They have mental and physical disabilities, and it also involves veterans. And I try to put together visits to sports events for them, and I'll keep you informed as that's growing. I've already been doing that for 20 years, and it's worked very well. And the children, particularly, who go, thoroughly enjoy themselves. Get a chance to meet some of the players, get autographs, and have a really good time. Um, so the Special Ones Club is dear to me, and I want to develop that as much as I can. The book club, it, as I told you earlier, that's going to grow. We're going to get a, a publishing company. Don't know what we're going to call that yet, but we'll get a publishing company out and get these books out to you, and you'll enjoy them, I promise you. And lastly, of course, is my epilogue, so to speak, on uh, different things such as helping people. I'm a great advocate for that. And when I see all the problems that go on in this world, um, where people down people, shoot them, knife them, run them over, oh, it just hurts me. And they do the same to animals. They people There are certain people out there who have no consideration for others. Now, some of that is a mental situation, and if I can help anyone who's in that, who feels the need to hurt people, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. There's no need for that. No need at all. For someone to walk into a church, for example, or a school and shoot people is unbelievable to me. Out of this world, but people still do it. And It's sad, very sad. Another thing on this same point is, and I keep on about this, please help someone. Please go to your neighbor, to the lady or gentleman across the street, whoever you can touch in terms of helping, do so. It's so important. There are too many people, far too many people, who are sitting there at home without anybody. And some of them just need someone to come and say hi. That's all. How you doing? It makes a world of difference to a person's day. And I hate to think I'm just preaching all this, but I want people to understand that it's important, very important, to help people. Don't down people. I hear so much of this where people are put down. We're not all the same. I know when I was at school, I was a little guy, and when I first got to school, in certainly the bigger school, people picked on me. So I fought back, and very soon people didn't pick on me. And that's terrible that they do that. We each have our own problems. We each need help in some way. So do that. Help someone. Help them along the way, and they'll be much better people, and you will be a much better person just through helping them. Um, One of the things you can do for yourself is go to church. Whatever your religion, I don't care, whatever your religion is, or whoever you believe, go to church. You can sit there and think and talk to God or whoever's God, your God, and tell him how you feel. And that's a good thing. People need to get problems off their chest. You know, that's what happens. They harbor the problem and it builds up inside them, and then they let it out and do a crazy thing. And I don't want to see that or hear about it. The news every night is about problems. Let's have a news that isn't. If that's possible, I don't think it is. But please try. Try and change things for yourself. Try and make the world around you a better place. And I know it's not easy these days. As I told you this earlier, my partner Michael was on the phone, I don't know how many times today, trying to get medication, trying to sort some problems out. And it was difficult. And our lady that helps me, Tamika, has been trying to get into an apartment for weeks. And I find it so hard. All she wants is the key. And she's filled in all the forms, she's answered all the questions, but that's not enough. I don't know what they want, a pound of flesh, probably. Um, it's incredible. I don't know why the world is like this these days. And they go through with the apartments, they go through about 5 or 6 different offices just to get the okay. It's amazing. What happened? I remember I bought a house in Bromley. I went into the estate agent and he told me about this house. I went along to see it, called him. I said, it's ideal. Thank you, I'll buy it. Okay, I'll draw up the papers. That was it. No big problems, no nothing. And I bought a number of properties and never ever had a problem. Yet here, this poor lady has been trying to move into this apartment for months, and it's ridiculous. I don't understand why. Perhaps one of you can tell me. I'd like to know. I really would. What is the state of this country at the moment? Poor, unfortunately, very poor. And I don't want to get into politics because I said I wouldn't, but it's very poor. And we're the laughing stock. Well, we all, excuse me, we always have been sort of laughing stock. I know in the UK, we always looked at Americans as not that well informed, so I say. And since I've been here in the 40 odd years, I love America. I love what it stands for. And there's a lot of good people here. And the armed forces do a tremendous job overseas. And the police do a tremendous job. And all these other people involved help. But there's something falling through the gaps. And I have my opinion on that, but I'm not going to tell it. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll talk special ones. Okay, welcome back. I said we were going to talk about the special ones, and I really want to. Um, I started the Special Ones Club a couple of years ago, and it was very successful. And the idea was to help people, at the time, young people to get who had disabilities to get to sporting events. And it works so well. I really enjoyed doing it. I used to take them myself, and I could sit and explain what was happening. We went to everything from baseball to wrestling to football. Uh, you name it, we went. And kids, many of them, have kept in touch with me. And I thoroughly enjoy corresponding with them. Um, they're just terrific people and enjoyed what I managed to offer them. And they don't forget it, that they met some players and saw some good games and just enjoyed themselves. And it didn't cost them anything. That was my big deal. And that's what I want to do continuing this program. That people can go out there and it doesn't cost them anything to go and see a Stingrays game. Plus, they get a bit of refreshments, and in some cases, not always, it's possible for them to meet some of the participants. Um, so, you know, these programs are important, and if anyone wants to get involved in them, please let me know. I'd love to have extra help. Um, at the moment, I can't go a church or a club and put them transport and take them to the games. I can't do that anymore. But I'll have someone do that and be at the game and make sure everyone's okay and have a good time. That's what it's about. All of these things are about having a good time. One other thing I'm going to talk about briefly. Um, I get a lot of emails from cyclists. I mean, a lot. Um, Several hundred I've got listed. And I was thinking of starting, uh, in conjunction with all these things, um, a special club where these people are now all around the world. It's not just the United States. Um, so that they can enjoy information on cycling and also get involved in helping people. And my idea was that we provide bikes for the underprivileged kids here, and I'm hoping to get that set up. Um, it's going to take a while, but that's another string to my bow. So a lot of things I'm trying to do, you can see that I'm really pushing to get things better for people, um, and that, that to me is helping people. If I can provide a bike for a 6-year-old uh, so that they can learn to ride and they can get out there and enjoy the fresh air, hey, that's a big plus. So I'll keep you informed of that, uh, and don't worry, I won't forget it. So anyway, I was going to talk to you about some of the other things that I've been trying to do, um, and that's on the book side. Um, I'd love to get these books out to people. And so that's why I decided that we print them ourselves and publish them ourselves. Um, I've done publishing with Amazon, but I personally haven't got any money from them yet. I don't know why they should be, but I haven't. Um, and although I know a number of the books have been sold, so this way I know that they're going to be, I'm going to get the money, and that I'm going to pass on to people. I want people to get the benefit of these things. I really do, and whatever way I can do that, I will do. It's important to me that we all have at least a sense of well-being within ourselves, and that's what I'm trying to get across to people. Enjoy life. It's not all down. It's not. It's very up. And even though someone like me, I can't do the things I used to do. Oh, me, I'd have set the world on fire by now, but I can't. I just don't have the ability to anymore. But I can ruffle some feathers, and I can get people out to enjoy themselves and see what the world's about. There's a lot out there, particularly in South Carolina, that you can enjoy. All sorts of things. I mentioned the cycling in Rock Hill. I mentioned the horse riding in Middleton Place. There are so many things you can do. Go on the rivers. Okay. Go round the islands. I'm getting a new book on that, on the islands. They're fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Take yourself to Hilton Head. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And I tell you what, when you've been there, you won't want to come away. So it's information on things that people don't normally think about. That brings me to a topic that I love, and that's the Indians, particularly the Cherokees. I've got I had a full headdress from Bill Ward, a friend of mine who I think is passed now. I haven't heard from him for years. Um, but Bill sent me a full Cherokee headdress, and unfortunately, um, I, I had I left it in England, um, and I regret that. It's probably in the loft somewhere and just falling apart. But the Cherokees are a fascinating group, and they offer so much. And read up about the Indians. Read up at what their plight is these days. The suffering. They're suffering badly. and it's terrible. It was their land. It was their land. But now we've taken over, um, and they have very little to offer. And I like the Indians. They have a lot of my sympathy, and as do the Negroes. The, the Negro population here has grown in South Carolina. Um, Charleston was one of the main ports that slaves were brought in from, and just treated terribly. When I think about it, I don't want to think about it really, but when I do think about it, it's you know, no one. I wouldn't treat a dog like that. I wouldn't anyway. But um, and these people are humans, and they got treated so badly. But now a lot of them are in business. A lot of them hold office in different things. A good number of them are good friends of mine. I, I like the company. I enjoy them very much. I think I might have told you that when I was at college, they got a new boy in, and the headmaster called me and said, Mitchell, I'm putting you in charge of this young man. I said, yes, okay. And it turned out, I can't remember his name because he became a famous singer. And with my dementia, I've forgotten these things. But he, uh, he was a black guy, became a very, very good friend of mine, played soccer, and was very involved with what we did at the school, at the college. And just a great guy, and made a big success for himself. I think he first of all went to Germany and then to California, and I lost touch with him. But some of these people, I mean, it doesn't matter what color you are, what beliefs you have, it doesn't matter. We're all humans, and we're all trying to get through the day and make things happen for ourselves. And those of us who can't, or those of you who can't, then take a look at yourself. Say to yourself, what am I not doing? I want everyone involved in this broadcast to take up something, whatever it is, knitting, painting, soccer, whatever you feel you want to do, so that you've got something in life. You've got a thought. I know when people come to see me, a lot of them are soccer fans, and we talk about soccer, and I love it. I just love it. I love any sport, so um, even pickleball, would you believe? But yeah, I just love it. If people are out there doing something, that's got to be a plus. One, it keeps you fit, not fat, fit, um, and it keeps you motivated, really, on things. So please make sure that you personally are doing something, whatever it is, whether it's going to the library, whether it's painting, whether it's taking photographs, whatever it happens to be, do it, please, please, because just do it for yourself. I mean, maybe you're not the greatest photographer in the world. That doesn't matter. But if you enjoy what you've done, then that's the plus. All right, I'm going to take a break and I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, welcome back. Eddie Mitchell here. The magic of South Carolina. And it really is a magical place. If you've not been there, then you should take yourself here. It has a lot to offer, a lot to offer. As I've said before, you've got all the islands. You've got about 40 plus islands here, rivers, never ending. I can't remember the length of some of them, but they're pretty long. Um, we don't have the huge mountains like they do in other states, but we have beautiful scenery and coastal scenery, and just so much which is typical South Carolina. And there's so much here that you can learn from. Um, it's the past, the slavery, the excuse me, the Indians, the just so many things going on here that will blow your mind. To be honest with you, if you start researching on South Carolina, um, one of the things I was going to say to you was that ghosts. I think I talked about ghosts the other day, but Charleston Jail is supposedly haunted, and that's just one of many places in South Carolina that reports of ghosts. Um, you know, I told you a story of my experiences with ghosts, um, and I don't have any expertise to say yes they exist or they don't. Um, but I just don't think they do in reality. But hey, good stories, and people love them. And if you go to the jail in Charleston, you'll get plenty of ghost stories. And of course, it's coming up Halloween, and it's a good time of year to think about that. And around South Carolina, there's a lot of ghost stories, a tremendous amount. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but uh, you, you can research on the internet and look up ghosts and where they are, what they do, what they've done. A lot of old cemeteries, and, as I say, the old jail and places like that. That's where the ghosts seem to hang out. So do that. Give yourself a little project. Look up ghosts. Um, I think there's so much you can do. I've given you a good few things today: ghosts, Indians, uh, trains. I mentioned trains. Trains in South Carolina are not that often seen. I have one that comes nearby my house, or my apartment, I should say. Um, I hear him every morning. To goes, and the rail line is only a mile or so away. So, um, but trains are fascinating. As a young boy, I went to New Cross in South London to the yards there, and those days I used to collect the numbers of trains. So I'd walking around getting the numbers and putting them in my book with a bunch of other kids, and it was good fun. It was great fun. Of course, they were all steam trains those days. Now it's electrical and goodness knows what, high rapid speeds. But I love the steam train. Absolutely fascinate me. So that's another area you can look at. Start train spotting. Um, a friend I know who is in the western part of the state, he is a train nut. And he goes out and visits all the trains he can, and has a great time. Has a great time. So that's another story you can take on yourself and go and enjoy it. Why not? Painting. That's something I love. painting, but I'm not any good. Um, I once finished second in my high school um, in painting class, uh, and I don't know why I finished second, but I did. And I did a drawing of a waterfall with a house on the top of it. Um, but anyway, the teacher loved it, and I got second place, so that wasn't bad. But I'm not that good at painting, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy it, and I think that anyone who has that leaning, I take my hat off to you because uh, it's very difficult to create something like a nice painting. Um, I've got one small one on my wall next to my chair and desk in the living room, and it was done by um, Tamika, our lady who helps. And I like it. I look at it every day, and it's so nice. Um, the colours and formation of things, it's so pleasant to look at. So take yourself out, do some painting, whatever it takes, do it, please. All right, going back to the Special Ones Club, um, I'm going to get some information out very shortly um, that will help people choose the sport, get two or three, four friends together, and we can take them to different events, whether it's the hockey or the soccer or basketball or baseball or whatever it happens to be. Um, I'd love to take you out there, particularly if you're a young person and particularly if you've got mental or physical handicaps. Um, Also, that includes veterans. I've got a great soft spot for vets, and I love you people. It's tough doing what you've done. It really is. And some of you have done it a number of times. Been out there and fought in the wars and gone overseas and left your friends and family. Um, I take my hat off to you as well. It's a very good job you've done. All right, I'm going to wrap this up for this week. Um, I hope to be with you very soon and be good and try and help someone. Thank you.